welcome to Study Smart channel. Today we are going to study the last subtopic of chapter 6, neutralization. It's all about the reaction of acid and alkali. Let's start. Do you know that we can mix acid and alkali together to form salt solution and water? Yes, even though acid has a pH of below 7 and alkali has a pH of above 7, they both can react together. It's like opposite poles are getting attracted together. Can you tell me how the product of this reaction will be? It will be acidic or alkaline or neither of them? Well, it will not be either acidic or alkaline, but the pH will be close to 7, which is neutral. That's why we call this reaction as neutralization. And you can perform this neutralization process in your school laboratory. And the method to perform this process is known as titration. Well students, it's very important for you not to get confused between titration and neutralization terms. Neutralization is a chemical reaction between acid and alkali to form salt solution and water, while titration is a method to quantify the concentration of a substance by enabling the neutralization reaction to take place. Now, let's see the neutralization reaction between specific acid and alkali. You know that acid and alkali, when they mix together, will result in salt and water. But how are we supposed to find out what salt is being produced? Let's see the first example of neutralization reaction. We have hydrochloric acid reacting with sodium hydroxide. In order to get the name of the salt solution being produced, we will take a part of the acid and a part of the alkaline involved. The name of alkaline will come first. In this case is the sodium, followed by the name of the acid. Hence, the salt produced in this reaction is sodium chloride, a mixture of both acid and alkali that involved. The second example is the reaction between sulfuric acid and potassium hydroxide. The salt that is being produced is potassium, the name is coming from the alkali, and sulfate, the name is coming from the acid. So, the salt is potassium sulfate. Let's see the last example. We have the reaction between nitric acid and sodium hydroxide. So, the salt produced will be sodium nitrate, taking the name from the alkali and the acid that is involved. Now, let's look at titration. Titration is a method used to find out how much acid is in a solution by slowly adding an alkali to it. So, here how it works. You start with your acid solution in a container and you add a few drops of indicator to it. If you want to know more about indicator and the tips on memorizing the color changes of indicator, feel free to check out my previous video. Now, coming back to titration, once you add the indicator, then you slowly add the alkaline solution to the acid solution using a burette. As you add the alkaline solution, the indicator will start to change color. This is what we call as an endpoint. At this point, all the acid has reacted with the alkaline, so the solution becomes neutral. So, by knowing how much alkali you add to neutralize the acid solution, you can calculate the concentration of the acid in the original solution. So, this is how the titration method works. Here comes a comic about titration process. For those who already performed titration in your school, you can easily relate to this comic. This is a sad ending where titration method failed. We can see in the picture the acid being set on a conical flask and the alkaline solution is being dripped to the acid solution slowly. The acid is patiently waiting for the neutralization reaction to take place. But at one point, the alkaline solution starts to drip faster and this causes the solution to become too alkaline instead of neutral. So, what we can learn from this? Well, when you perform titration method in your school, make sure you focus completely. Don't let your friend to disturb you. Everything else can wait until you successfully complete your titration process. Good luck! Now, moving on to the application of neutralization in daily life. First of all, there is a neutralization application in between the toothpaste and the bacteria on teeth. After having our food, the bacteria present in our mouth will break down the food and release acid. In order to neutralize this acidic effect, we brush our teeth using the toothpaste which is basic or alkaline in nature. The second application of neutralization is between the lime and the soil. Lime, which is also known as a calcium carbonate, will reduce the soil acidity by neutralizing the acid reaction in the soil. Lastly, we have gastric pain and antacid. Antacid is a combination of various compounds with various salt of calcium, magnesium and aluminium. The antacid act by neutralizing the acid in the stomach, curing gastric pain in patients. Alright students, with this we have successfully completed chapter 6, acid and alkali. Until we meet again in our next video, thank you and have a nice day. Bye.